I'm sure it's something you could practice, but... Oh, man. Hi.
Will English have gifted 5 subs?
Will English, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. You absolutely didn't need to do that, but I appreciate you. Yes, most teams right now are T-sided, or most maps right now are pretty T-sided. Especially because at the end of this month, it's going to reset anyway. Like, you really didn't need to do that. You could have waited until the beginning of April to do that. Now, all right, you're that number 1 spot. Chat, it just sounds like he's challenging you. Anybody else want to take that number 1 spot? Don't actually take the number 1 spot, please. I'm begging you. You don't need to gift subs. Thank you, thank you, thank you to Will English. So earlier I got NRG versus Party Astronauts, and NRG solidly demolished them. So there's a sale? Alright, fine. Fair enough. Chat, gifted subs are on sale. But seriously, you don't need to gift any subs. It's all good. I'm just kind of looking at where the subs went and seeing if, let's see. That person's not following. That person's not following. Okay. Unlucky. Well, 2 out of 5, so. No, Ponalone's not on Party Astronauts anymore. Party Astronauts is a very weird-looking team right now. But it's Ben Leet, Xani, OG Wizard. Who else? While we're waiting for this game to start. The Party Astronauts is Xani, Sacrifice, Darty, OG Wizard, and Ben Leet. It's just an interesting looking team. All right. Will Akimbo answer back and keep me up? Or are we going to end this one at 2? Tell you what, chat. If nouns start to fall behind, I put on the noggles for free. Ooh, Classia getting picked apart here. It's just going to be Donut. Akimbo charging in through Donut. So this is Nouns keeping the pistol fairly slow. There's all 4 of them in CT's spawn. See if they can make something of this round. Cryptic falls. Nouns will emerge out onto the site. Big fight by Donut. Ooh, Junior. Takes down 3 on his own. Is this going to be enough to close this one out? There's still no kit for Nouns, and Obi going to dome him from the back of the head. Keeping, unable to hold on. It very much looked like a Nouns round for a second there. The pace is just slow. Like, they took so long to start that movement in for the retake that, like, they were all positioned. They were all ready. Well, this time, no kit, no nothing, no force for Nouns. Just gonna be 5 pistols on the B bomb site. Just 5 dudes hanging out on the bomb site. Obi. Ooh, gonna be the one they challenge. Knocks over 2. Looking for more. There's 2 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare Dooley's war. And it's just Cryptic left standing. It's the ace for Obi, but come on. They walked into that. Alright, at least it was a fast second round. How's it going, Mr. Stabby? Welcome on in. Nouns now. I need some tenacity to answer back, but we are getting a glass op out of Junior. Risky business. Could just be the gambit that they need to work some magic here on the CT side. I think Akimbo smelled blood in the water because this is a fast movement. All 5 towards the B. Long. All 5 making their way up ramp. Gonna be on Rush and Cryptic to repel them. Oh, and Cryptic spins around for the double, looking for more, but Rush enough to stop Akimbo from making their stand on B. Laxi, good kill back onto Cryptic, but this is still a 3 versus 5. Peek out, and Junior using Rush for bait. That does work out, and Classia gonna walk on in from ramp. Takes on 2-0 from behind, and Nouns will win their first here on the CT side. Yeah, somebody clip that ace for Obi. Always gonna want to have those in their pocket. Eat too much Mexican food? I had a burrito myself. It was good and not spicy. Alright, well, fully rearmed Akimbo. Doing something a little bit different, not sending all 5 out the same spot. But they do have to deal with a hardened up op for Junior. No glass op this time around, and that is going to make things a little bit more difficult. They're also nearly out of utility. That is going to make this one quite difficult. Junior going to open things up. Classia backing him up, and now it's looking good for Nouns. Already the double entry. Cryptic spots 1 by Temple, and that's going to be N2O hitting the floor. Can Laxi get the trade? Yes, indeed. Players making their way up toward B. Good entry in for Obi as well. 3 versus 2 for Nouns. Does look like Akimbo will at least get the bomb planted. Laxi with the peek. Removes the head of Classia. Now Peeping and Junior have a lot on their hands, but Peeping is exactly the man that you want to have in that clutch. Good kill for him. Ooh, getting the tags through the wood on Obi. 1 versus 2. Oh, AK swings, but now Peeping just gonna hold it. Ice in his veins, sticks the defuse. Uses his head in the attempt, but still, the round is what matters. Alright, you know, you don't speak English anyway, so no betting talk. I'm gonna put that in chat here. That's gonna be your warning. I know most people are here because of bets, but again, would like to keep that kind of conversation out because it does make things a little bit toxic. All right, Akimbo. What do you have in store? 3 MP9s for Nouns has to feel really bad after winning 2 in a row. I guess across from them, there's 2 pistols in the Akimbo pockets. Good kill for Junior, but immediately traded by Obi. You don't want to go 1 for 1 on the CT side. You need a kill and a fallback, and, well, Rush gonna make it a 1 for 1, but Olo will make it a double for Akimbo. And this one starts to feel Like Akimbo stealing the lead right on back. We are going to get the saver, though. The final two players going to make their way over to the A bomb site. We should have some rifles over here for them to siphon up, so not the worst scenario to save with. Classy, like, that's a Galil. I don't want that. M4. That is good. That is worthwhile. They are getting challenged here. Akimbo definitely don't want to let them hold on to these weapons, but they're making this noisy. Classy going to take down N2O and OB. Ooh, good kill, but loses his own weapon in the attempt. It's just Polo with the MP9. Nouns hold on to 1 rifle versus 0 from Akimbo. So again, the team that wins still has an MP9 and buys down to $0. So we're getting 4 spy wars early on here for Ancient. Ooh, Akimbo, though, digging deep into that strat book. They are going to just force it over to A. And it is going to be up to Junior to hold off this push. Playing that head glitch spot on the box. Can't quite tap away. Does do some damage, but these Nouns players, they're getting aggressed upon. Laxian Cameron will trade it 2 for 2. Peeping joining in. That's a big AK for the CT side, but does get dropped. 2 versus 3 to make it a 3-3. N2O takes down Rush. Good trade out of Cryptic. Looking for more on this MP9. Ooh, time to go for the reload. 2 versus 1. Akimbo. They could rotate. They have the bottom at a position where they could move it on over, but they'll put the smoke down instead. And Cryptic just making dollars on this MP9. 2 kills already. That's $1,200 in his pocket. And repositions Obi. Not going to have a good idea of where he's gone. Oh my gosh, the damage down to 7 HP. 12 for Obi. The peaks. The peaks. These players, they're so close right now. There is the flash left for Obi, but he's just not throwing it. Cryptic with no utility and no kit. This bomb goes down, but Cryptic is holding the line. Time is about to run short here. 10-second warning, and Cryptic will end it before. AK picked up, and Nouns make it a 3-3. I think Akimbo is just having Polo stand in. Polo actually showed up to chat. He's like, get ready for a surprise. Get ready to come hang out. It's going to be fun times. And so I think Polo is just sitting here as a stand-in for Akimbo. Normally they'd be running with ZY. Why is he shooting the body? Establish dominance. Personally, I like to go for the graffiti. My personal favorites are I'm Dead, a heart, or a cowboy hat. You know, they don't know what you're doing. They can hear the graffiti being sprayed at them, and that'll eat away at them. Gotta be the salt graffiti? No, salt graffiti is good, but it's not as good as I'm Dead or a cowboy hat. All right, full out pistols now for Akimbo. And they're doing the same thing they did that last round. Rush A, all 5. Well, contact A. You don't get to rush in this tier because it's too loud and not going to work out. But the Molotov going to do a lot of damage here to the Akimbo players. Glacia, good opening. Looking for more, but it's going to be peeping. To make sure, continue to pad those stats out. Cameron, hero AK, and all heroes die. Nouns take the advantage now against Akimbo. 4-3. They look to keep it going. And now we are down to a singular armor pistol for Obi, with the rest of the team just Glocks and P250s. Feels like it should be around solidly in the pocket of Nouns. Ooh, Cryptic, though, will fall. Obi with a kill as well. So Akimbo still doing some solid damage. Taking a rifle and an MP9 out of the hand of Nouns. But with that being said, I do feel like there's not a whole lot left in the tank on this round. Polo just gonna charge it over to A. Just full tilt sprinting. He should get the bomb down. So at the very least, a little bit of extra money, but easy shots for Junior. Oh, tech pause. All right, things going to be a little bit slower now. See what the issue is, and then we'll get the full buy for Akimbo going. Oh, quick tech pause. Love to see it. All right, Akimbo with a big round start to pull the economy, pull the score back into their favor. Not an easy task, to be sure. Nouns with the AWP for Junior. These AKs, you've seen them do it before. And they could do it again, taking a lot of space over towards mid for themselves. Has to feel quite good. Glacia, oh, he's been flashed out, and these two rifles will be more than enough to end his life, end his being. Now 3 versus 5 for Nouns, but they're getting rotated over to the A site early, and the bomb has kind of slipped the net. It's all the way over by Temple. And Akimbo, they're not going to force the issue. They've been gifted a free bomb site, and they're more than happy to take it. So Akimbo going to make this one a 1-round difference. Nouns more than happy to hold on to their armaments. Enough money left on peeping to buy in again, so should be some solid weaponry in the hands of Nouns going into the following rounds. But Akimbo going to be feeling fairly comfortable with this bomb. Going to wander off early. Be feeling quite good. If they win qualifiers, will Polo replace ZY? I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. I think this is just a scheduling issue for ZY, and they are doing well with ZY. So I don't think that they're just going to replace him. I just saw that question. Ooh, and Peeping getting activated early here. A double on Cat. Glacia joining in the fight as well. The crossfire down mid, working out wonders for Nouns. Laxi, though, the next player up, will trade them right back. But it is going to be a 1 versus 5 that Laxi has to close out. He's got his 2, but down on 14 HP. He's going to need the rest of them. And, well, I've got some bad news for Laxi because he's dead. That wasn't what I was going to say. What I was going to say is bomb is in spawn. But he's dead also works. Gotta love being interrupted by the game happening. And I'm too tired to take it too seriously. It's just... He's dead. Alright, 2 rounds separating these two teams once again. 2 rounds left in the half. It's 2s all the way down, and Akimbo gonna make their way on up to the B-bomb site. Rush will meet them, and not be enough to hold them back, only with 1 kill. Will mean that this bomb site solidly belonging to Akimbo. At this point, though, Nouns, they could go for the save again. The money not in the best of spots, so when trading rounds, can be smart to hold on to some weapons. Hey, nerd girl, how's it going? Welcome on in. This is what I do now. I'm not playing the game, I'm just commentating, but I'd love opportunities to commentate and talk about other stuff.
Put plushie on head.
And I put plushie on head. Yeah, I'm glad to have you back. It's been a while. Right now, I'm very much, if you look below, I'm on Nouns now, which is pretty cool. They've been a really cool team to have as support for the stream. And it's been a lot of fun. There's actually a magic thing happening this weekend for Nouns that unfortunately I don't think I'm going to be able to catch. But there's a whole series of events, so I'm kind of hoping I can combine CS and Magic and get a chance to do both. But there's going to be some timeless tournaments. Oh, what a flick by Junior. Nouns just erasing Akimbo all over the map. N2O able to get some vengeance, but falls as well. It's just going to be on Cameron, but Rush living up to his name and making this round fast. But yeah, if you're interested in some timeless tournaments, I do have something that I need to send your way. All right, well, very back and forth first half. Leads us into the second. You're playing very little these days? Fair enough. Do you like the plushie on my head? I have a Gobbo. He's very cute. Alright, Nouns. What are you doing on your T side? Looks like a split towards the A bomb site, N2O. Being crunched on in Donut. Pushed all the way out by main, but this flash just about fading as he peeks onto these 2 players in A. Will be Junior to trade the kill, and Peeping takes down Cameron as well. Akimbo with a 2-round deficit. Do not want to be surrendering this pistol round to Nouns. This half could very quickly escape them. But this is a 2v4 retake. Laxi does have the kit. There's definitely a possibility, but with no smoke, it's going to have to be a very dry defuse, and, well, it will be the option ripped away from them. I'm glad you like the plushie on my head. Nouns looking to close this one out with a 2-0 finish. And yes, I know the top left is wrong now. It's hard to fix. Now, Nouns going to look to make this one just as fast. 4 MAC-10s and an AK for peeping. And a chonky nade onto the players on A. Cameron, though. Or players on B. Cameron, though. Undaunted, will peek out. Have himself a whale of a time. It's triggering? Well, someone paid channel points to make me put it on my head. If I were a bigger streamer, I would make people pay subs to put it on my head, but I'm not, so I have to do it for people to just stick around. Ooh, Cryptic getting all sorts of space on the B-bomb site, and a couple of kills to himself as well. Does finally get taken down by Laxi, but the timing more than escaped. Bomb all the way over toward that A-bomb site. But yeah, I'm very interested if you have anything where I can do announcing or hosting or interviewing. I'd love more experience to do that, Nerd Girl. As that's kind of what I've fallen into in the Counter-Strike space. Ooh, Deagle rings out. Misses its home. Noun's going to have 3 players surviving as they clock in that 9th round. OB. Ooh, maybe risky business. No. Everybody going to be surviving, although Rush just barely off the bomb. Who's the best new player in NICS? The best new player? I mean, if you had asked me before Fluffy Aimers had collapsed, I would have said Slump. Outside of that, it feels like Nyx or Peeping are some of the best new talents that we've got in the scene. George on NRG has been looking very, very good. But George isn't exactly a new talent. Hext has been looking good, but also not exactly a new talent. So, like, it really depends on how you define new. Could just be like, who's looking good right now? Or it could be, who are the young players that are looking good? And, well, this Rush is looking quite good. As Nouns just dominate the A site. Just bulldoze the defenders. Polo still trapped here in Donut. The smoke and the fire keeping him from moving anywhere. Akimbo, they seem to still want this retake, but it's a MAC-10 for Obi. He's playing it right. He's playing it peeking, but eventually you are going to go down, and well, Polo just looking to hold on to this FAMAS. But it is going to be Nouns locking in the double digits. And that does break the Akimbo economy. This saved rifle is going to come in extremely handy for them. Also, let's just take a look at this, because that skin, just a good-looking skin, honestly. It's been quite nice. A little scuffed up there. But, all right. That's enough of that. I'm marking that as done. All right, Nouns. Looking for their penultimate round on this one. Looking for that 11th round. Is literally radioactive garbage? Yeah, and it looks cool. Oh, man. Cameron just staying in the tiniest of gaps by this fire. Might have himself a headshot. Might have himself two. Good kill towards Classia and Rush as well, but those kills will be answered back. So 3 versus 3. This rifle for Polo is going to have to be everything for Akimbo if they want to make this a competitive CT side, but well, that's one going down. N2O falls. Polo basically going to have to 1 versus 3 this. Obi, Deagle, down. And the last player is Polo. Caught on the side of Temple, nearly out of ammo. Fires off that final shot. Is there even enough time for him to escape? Nade goes in. Ooh, he's just looking for exits on this one, but the movement going to be enough. Not quite. Peeping does lose his life, but honestly, a small price to pay to make sure the Polo now has to rebuy, going into what could be a 12th for Nouns. All right. You're very much missing the vibe check, so goodbye. All right, Akimbo, got anything more to show? 11-5 in the favor of Nouns. They stack 2 toward the B bomb site, 2 toward A, 1 down mid, a very standard CT setup. But I think the thing that they've really been lacking on their CT side has been a lot of the aggressive pushes that Nouns were putting down. Sometimes the best thing to do on the CT side is to get in your opponent's face. We haven't really seen that from Akimbo. They've given Nouns so much space. You get so much space off the rip as a T player. Well, Cameron making me eat my words. Ooh. Polo in a position to make Junior regret his decisions, and there's a good kill. Well, I start talking about how Akimbo need to do something different. They do a default, and it works out. Unfortunately, no Polo for the rest of this round, but still 4 versus 3 for them, and Peeping with a good kill for himself onto that Opper of N2O. Now Obi, last player standing on A. It's a 3 versus 3. A battle for B. Hits on the side of Akimbo, but Peeping gonna do a good job of keeping them guessing. Ooh, good trades. Wait a minute. Laxi still looking strong, but Cryptic stands tall. So a 3 versus 5 collapses into a 1 versus 1. And Cryptic works it out in the end. 5-12 now. Nouns. This would be a lovely map to close out early. And Nouns, they are going to put down the aggression to do just that. Molly to try to keep Laxi back. Not gets out in front of it, but the bullets will be the cure here. And this is an extreme eco buy out of Akimbo. Polo's Famas able to get activated for 1, but 4 versus 3. Nouns, they have a good read on this. 2 players in towards cave. Ooh, Cameron emerges, but Junior sprays down 2. Can't quite close this one out alone. 1 versus 2 for N2O. Peeping on 6 HP, but it'll be Cryptic. He closed out the last one, and he will close this round out. 2 cleans up. Akimbo and Nouns will win it.